What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright, man, let's get right into it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Also, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Raider Honcho. So, today I want to do a quick video talking about expectations. I'll probably be doing a series of expectation videos. I don't necessarily want to do predictions yet, but I will do expectations and just give you an outlook of my personal opinion on where I think players will be coming into this season. Not necessarily a prediction standpoint, because I'm not going to talk about stats as far as what I think they will do statistically, but I just want to talk about a certain few players. So, in this episode of Expectations, we're going to be talking about defensive back Trayvon Mullen. Now, I believe in Trayvon Mullen. I have gone on the record saying plenty of times that Trayvon Mullen is a good player, and that in a perfect world, Trayvon Mullen would be a number 2 corner on a good team, okay? It was my belief that going up to the point of this season, or up until this point of going into a new season, that he just wasn't the guy, but he would be a good guy, right? Like, he would be good on a team where you put him opposite of a really good corner and let him go against the number 2s and whatnot and what have you. And I just think that's where he's been statistically. I mean, you talk about his first 2 seasons. In 2019, he gave up 55.9% of the passes thrown his way. 2020, he's given up 62.1% of those passes going his way. So he's actually given up a little more in 2020. And I think first year he had 1 interception. Last year he had 2 picks. He's going into his 3rd season. I just think this is going to be the season that Trayvon Mullen makes the leap into being an actual number 1. He has to be feeling disrespected. He has to be feeling slighted, because a lot of like outlets and media that are putting together their best defensive backs in the NFL actually rank Casey Hayward as our best defensive back, our best cornerback, and somebody who's been a starter in this system, or not in the system, but on this team. I mean, he's kind of the guy that we've all called on to guard the number 1s. And I think he has to be feeling a little slighted that he's not regarded as our best corner. I think he's our best corner. I'm not even sure Casey Hayward is our 2nd best corner if you talk about talent and production. We just have to see what he does this season. But I think Trayvon Mullen's going to be coming in with a chip on his shoulder, and I think that's only good things for the Raiders. I do think that Trayvon Mullen's going to take another step forward, and I think this year he's going to become somebody we can really lean on in pressure situations to get the job done for us. I mean, when you think about Trayvon Mullen, he's super athletic. He's super physical, super aggressive. He is really, really outstanding in press coverage. I know Gus Bradley doesn't do a lot of press coverage in man-to-man senses of the word, but I do know that we can play press cover 3. Like, you can come into a press shell and then always bail if you need to. But especially when you get in the red zone goal line, I think Trayvon Mullen really excels when it comes to press coverage. Now, he does need to tighten up his technique a little bit. I will say I've shown plenty of video of where he's doing too much grabbing with his hands. And when you think about his downfalls as a cornerback since day 1 in the NFL, has been his PIs and his holding calls. And they usually come at the worst times of the game. He does not trust his technique yet, but maybe having the Ron Mileses and the Gus Bradleys, they're going to continuously enforce confidence in him to just play the fundamentals, play the scheme, play the technique. Everything else will take care of itself, because you are a superior athlete. You are superior technical-wise, or technically, like as far as his technique. He has all the traits to be a good cornerback. He has all the skills to pay the bills on being a solid number 1 corner for us. He just has to put it together and trust it. He has to stop going out to think he needs to grab guys by the neck and put hands to the face, when all you need to do is just cover the guys. You are good enough to be able to cover guys. And I think that what I really like about Trayvon Mullen also is that he's not afraid to come up and tackle. I mean, he'll come up and tackle. You're talking about a guy that in back-to-back years has almost 60 tackles in each year. And most of those tackles are being solo. He also had 2 tackles for a loss last year. So I think him being able to come up and make a tackle is something that bodes well for him, because cornerbacks' weakest points are usually coming up and filling on run fits and stuff like that. But he has no problem coming up and making tackles, and that's what I really love about Trayvon Mullen. I do think that the expectation this year is Trayvon Mullen takes over in the secondary and becomes that bona fide number 1 corner for us. I know a lot of people like Casey Hayward. A lot of people are really in love with Nate Hobbs right now, but let's not get it twisted. Trayvon Mullen is and will be our best cornerback this season, and I think he's going to flourish, and I think this is the year he makes the jump from being what I called a good number 2 with a good team, and he becomes a true #1 on this team. So those are my expectations. And yeah, if you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And until the next time, Raider Honcho out.